So today I wanted to talk about education in Africa, and in particular the issue of a ghost school. So a ghost school is a school that exists on paper. It's registered, it has an address, it has a location, it has assigned teachers, and the school doesn't exist. The buildings don't exist. The students there, they are students who are, are said to be, are documented to be in those schools, but they don't exist. So basically, that's a ghost school. So when it comes to education in Africa, there there are places that have ghost schools, especially some of the reserve places. By reserve, I mean remote areas. The schools there, on paper, they, these communities have schools, but in reality, these schools don't exist. It's just trees, and the schools don't exist. So one of the issues when it comes to education in Africa is ghost schools, and there needs to be a system of verifying the existence of these schools, because what happens is these schools are also polling stations. So you do have polling stations that are said to be located in these schools, and these polling stations also will release election results. So you wonder, there is no school there. But the same way, it's documented, and it also gets assigned money from the government. These are public schools. So they are being funded, their teachers assigned, their claims to be students. These places are also polling stations, and they are assigned returning officers, and voters apparently are voting in this, non-existent location. And for some reason, there is no verification process of verifying schools in Africa. So this is one thing I wanted to highlight in terms of education in Africa, and the level of literacy and illiteracy going on, because there's a lot of illiteracy in rural Africa. It's a lot. It's Most of the people who live in remote areas in Africa are not well educated, and one of the main reasons is because the schools that are supposed to have been built there were never built. But on paper, and when you go to these international organizations, these schools are there, and they're not just there. They're everything about these schools. They even get exam results. The students sit for exams. So basically, there is corruption, of course, going on there, and this is a systemic issue, and systemic corruption. That's what they call it when you have a situation like this. But I just wanted to highlight this, ghost schools.